Hello and welcome to part 3 of building the Saturnine box set. We're going to crack on with the Saturnine Dreadnought. I know I said I'd be back like the next day in the evening, but you know what? Busy guy, work full time. Well, I've got 2 jobs, haven't I? And I had to concentrate on other things all of this week. If I did this for a living, of course, I would have been up live streaming from 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, something like that in the morning. That wasn't to be. So had to do the main work stuff during the week, and I've made like 4 videos today already, and I thought I'd come on and hopefully we can complete this Dreadnought. So enough of me waffling. Let me just find the stream so I can respond to some of your comments and things. Hello, Revan. I saw your little message pop up. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you again. Let me just change the old quality. There we go. Yeah, sorry if the voice is a bit low. It's using the mic off the camera, not the usual one that I use. I'll probably upgrade at some point, but for now, this is what we've got. Okay, right. So let's get cracking. I think we were just this final little piece here on this page. So B48 and B47. I might as well take these chest piece armors off the sprue as well. Hope you've had a fantastic week and a great start to your weekend. Great Saturday. Let me know in the comments what you did put for a pre-order today. Maybe you didn't get the Saturnine box set and you were waiting for the single releases. Yeah, tell us what you pre-ordered. I didn't pre-order anything. I was going to get the Dreadnought. I was going to get the drop pod. And I didn't. Didn't get either of them in the end. I just know that they're going to be around for quite some time. Like a lot of Warhammer stuff, unless it's in resin, then it's kind of their guarantee at this point, isn't it? Right, so we say B48 and B47. You got to do 2 of these. I guess these are the shoulders. So that's 1. There's a B47. Oh, there's 2 of them actually. Oh, you picked up weapons for the Dread. Nice. B49. These. Yeah, I'll be reviewing this Dread ready for Friday, I think. And I'll talk about the extra weapons in that review. $52, $51. Yeah, if my voice seems a bit hoarse, it's because I've been talking all day in the other videos. So apologies if I'm not as talkative, really. Yeah, chest plate. I might go for the one on the box, or I might just go for the... Yeah, I'll probably go for the eagle one, actually. The fancy one. Yeah, because this will be a Dark Angels Dreadnought. Okay, right, let's just build these. Dimitri, hey, how you doing? Does the Saturnine box come with all weapon configurations? No, and that was communicated at the very start. Revan, you always pull me up on things and tell me things that I have forgotten, or which I'm really grateful for. That's quite an omission, my friend. I would have thought you would have picked up on that. You're always the first one to say, oh, it's a shame this or this box set is not this, or you're very quick in terms of those things. You tell me things that I'm not even aware of. You're fantastic. But yeah, this was communicated, so it's no surprise. I've always said though, as well, since I've known about it, that it should, well, since I've known about the second one, that it should include it. And I said it in today's video, actually, the news and pre-order video. I said at the start, instead of them releasing 2, they should have just released 1 that was like £70 or something, and have both weapon sprues in there. Even at a push 75, like, because surely people spending like 70 or even 75 would be better than spending 67 and not buying 2. People aren't going to buy 2. No way. I don't know, maybe people will. I will, but I won't be getting a second one for a long time. The other complicating factor in this is that they've decided that this Dreadnought is online only, so you can only get this one on Games Workshop's website, whereas the new one you can get it third party. That's bizarre. A little bit like the Arachne platform that I have just now reviewed. I've just come back off reviewing that model. That you can't get third party, you can only get from Games Workshop. Yeah, it's I don't know whether that's a strategic decision where they're maximizing profits on specific things. Yeah, I'm just pleased that the drop pod isn't online exclusive. The new one, the new old one. Yeah, it is odd. Yeah, I know what you mean, Revan, and I've answered that, my friend. I've just answered that. Does it come with the 4 weapons? No, it doesn't. And you know this. You've known this from the very start, my friend. Yeah, that's a bit odd. That you're asking that. And again, as I say, I said it from the start. It doesn't. I wish it did. I wish that the main set that they've just released had all 4. But yeah. Yeah, you're right, Krieg. You're right. Yeah, you're right. It's and this is the thing. Like I said in the review of the Arachne, I said for a kit like that, priced at like £42.50, which is questionable how many they will sell. It really would have helped that kit out if it was available third-party sellers. But yeah, because that would have bumped up the sales. I'd like to know how many kind of like are sat there. Yeah. Oh, nice one, Rob. Yeah, wow. 80 Mark IIs. Oh. Wow, that's like a company, isn't it? That's pretty cool. 80 Mark IIs would look awesome. Nice one. Yeah, I probably will add more Mark IIs, but yeah, I'd rather have more Mark IIIs. Not the new Mark IIIs, of course. That now makes sense, Rob, why you've picked up the weapons as well. You know, if you've got two Saturnine Dreads, then yeah, you picking up the additional weapons makes total sense. Yeah, 120 quid or whatever is pretty decent. You know, and then you'll have 12 Terminators too. Yeah, surprising that they're selling them in a pack of 4. That's bizarre. There's quite a few bizarre decisions in this 3.0 release. I don't know if it's going smoothly for them, or it just seems a bit, yeah. I don't know whether it's needed. Like that's the thing with all this. All of it just seems like, definitely the Mark IIs. I think there's a thirst for them. But I don't know about the Praetor and the Centurion, or the Accelerator platform, or you know, or the Dreadnought. Really, I mean the Terminators, kind of, because they did exist at one point, in model form, didn't they? But yeah, I don't know. I'm just going through like a questioning time with these. I mean, it's not as clear cut, is it, as like a plastic Fellblade, or the Assault Marines, or the Siege Marines. Evening, Maxim. How you doing? You preferred the? Yep, I totally agree, Krieg. Yep, I definitely preferred the Resin 412 Tarantula kits. I don't know if they were cheaper, but you know what? I don't care at this point. I think if they were like £20, or I'm sure something in my head, I think they were like £9 or £12. But I think for like £9 for a Tarantula, or £12, whatever it was, that was still good. The new plastic ones, they just seem not like a cash grab, but you just don't feel like you're getting your money's worth with either definitely not the missiles, and the main Tarantula sentry guns. They're all right because you can just swap all the weapons around, but yeah, you're right. There's just something about those Forge World ones. Oh yeah, Guard could use them. Yeah. Revan, did anything in the box change your opinion about the Saturnine box? Well, I've only built like 3 models, really. Yeah, I thought that the the 2 commands models would be easier and more straightforward to put together. The ones that came in the Age of Darkness, although they didn't have any options, they were very straightforward to put together. And it just seems like that box set was other than the Spartan, which could be a bit tricky, but hey, you know, not as tricky as the old Land Raiders. It just seemed like that box set was more catered towards like newer Warhammer players. This one feels like it's catered more towards veterans than newer players. Definitely those two command units. They yeah, they're a bit challenging. So I wasn't expecting those to be as difficult as they were. I was expecting this Dreadnought to be not a pain, but as laborious as the Contemptor or the Leviathan, but it hasn't been. I've really enjoyed building this one. This is the issue. I've enjoyed building it, but that's the problem. Is if you enjoy building it, you're more tempted to pick up another one, and at £64 or so, yeah, it's a bit. It's a fair bit, isn't it? Other parts of the kit, like the quad accelerator, I enjoyed that more than I thought I would. It's a nice build. It goes together very well. Terminators, I think, will be fine, and the Mark II Marines will be straightforward, I think. Overall, it's been a good kit. Overall, I'd say. So that just goes in like that then. Yeah, it's a bit different than the previous kit. It's you know, you got your previous kit, and that had your old Cataphractii Terminators. So, but the kit I was most looking forward to in that initial kit was the Spartan. Wasn't massively looking forward to the Praetors like I was for these. The Terminators I've built before. The Mark 6s, yeah, they're all right. I don't know. It's definitely more in this kit I was looking forward to building first time than the previous kit. I think that answers your question best I can. The new Terminators and Dreadnought could get stuffed. Okay. Look, I'm all for new flyers and new tanks at this point. You know, the Fellblade is a step in the right direction. Hopefully they've got the Xiphon boxed up and ready to announce. The Siegebreaker is very welcome. Mark II, a good addition. Yeah, the price of the Dread on its own plus the 18. Yeah, that's fair enough. Hello, Moxitron. How you doing? Hopefully this will make you want to get some more models done. Yeah, hopefully it will. The last two streams last weekend were, well, highly motivating, I think, for people. Again, apologies that I was not around, not available during the week. I do have a full-time job, so there is that. Right, let's carry on with this. So this is the first weapon we're going to build, which is the plasma. I do have the rules somewhere. I've got the rules now. Can you believe it? I know. Oh, are they on this? They're on this sprue, the C sprue, yeah. I think. Yeah. So we'll have a little talk about the rules once I clip a few of these pieces off. And I'll talk about those other weapons as well. C6, C5. Yeah, this is really kind of the Land Raider Spartan of the kit, I would say. Not as good as Land Raider Spartan. Where is this piece? Probably staring at me in the face. There it is. Right, so we've got the part of the plasma already. There we are. And then C10 and 9 are either side. I guess 11's on the top, yep. Now, you've got a few options with this plasma. You can have the petals open or kind of closed. I'm going to have the petals open, I think. If I can pose it firing the plasma, that would be mission accomplished, I think. Each petal is, I say individual, they're made up of 6 components. All these 17s, these C17s, 3, 4, random one up here, 5, and there's another one chilling just above them all here. Try not to lose that. Right, now's probably a good time because that is the plasma components ready for oh, we need the pipe work. Which pipe work is there? Only one. Yeah, there's only one. Yeah, you can. It's quite cool. You can have them one or the other, and there's no extra parts for that. And then we're on the heavy disintegrator, which is very, very straightforward to put together. Not many parts at all for that. So yeah, we'll have the disintegrator done, and then we're on to the torso. And it seems like there's a few parts for the pair of weapons. You can have the photonic incinerators, which I guess are the flamers, and the concussive resonators. And then we're on to the shoulder pauldrons and the back and the vents, and then we're kind of connecting all of those together. You can even magnetize these little chest weapons as well as the main weapons if you wish. So before we get onto the well, let's just take the heavy disintegrator off first of all, and then I'll just talk to you a bit about the rules for these weapons. But yeah, we'll build the plasma now. Okay, those can go over there somewhere. Let me just read a few more of your comments. What kit from the Typhon box would you want to pick when they're available separately? Is that the Typhon? Is that the Kill Team set? I can't remember. If the Typhon set is the Deathwatch one, just the Deathwatch. I'm not really interested in the Necrons in that kit. You've had some Chaos Terminators on your desk for a while. Nice. Not even the new ones. Okay. Yeah. I do enjoy finishing a paint job. Yeah. The issue with that though, Moxitron, is I don't know. It might just be the way my brain is wired, but I get less enjoyment of finishing a paint job than a finished build. It might be something to do with the amount of time it takes. I'm a perfectionist, so I can literally be stuck on a model for hours and hours and hours, and that can be like normal Space Marines as well. And it's just like, what am I doing with my life if I'm just spending countless hours on a single standard kind of troop, because I'm not happy with it, because it doesn't pass my personal quality, I guess. But yeah, no, I'd still enjoy a paint job, but building, there's just so many more positives for me. Oh, to ratify. Oh, thank you. That's a really nice comment. I appreciate that. Thank you. You little legend. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm pleased to hear that you enjoy all the videos. I try not to be too negative, unless it calls for it, of course. Right, so I've got the Liber Astartes rules. One thing I will say is these shiny books, they do scratch, and things show up on them a lot more than the previous books, I'll tell you that. But yeah, let me have a look at the old rules for it's under War Machines now, aren't they? Where are you? War Machines. Of course, War Machines are before support, before heavy assault. Are they? No. Where have they gone to? Ah, here we go. War engines are after support. So, the Saturnine Dreadnought, you got the disintegrator cannon or heavy plasma bombard. You can exchange the heavy plasma bombard for another disintegrator cannon, so you could have two. An inversion beamer or graviton pulverizer, and the same for the disintegrator cannon. So you can have two of the same weapon on the Dreadnought. Now, what they do is the disintegrator cannon is, it has their own set now. They just come under disintegrator weapons. Yeah, disintegrator cannon is a 24-inch range, 2-shot, strength 9, AP 2, damage 3, overload 2. So yeah, it's like a las cannon, but short range. And then the heavy plasma bombard is a 36-inch range, firepower 1, strength 7, AP 4, damage 2, blast 5-inch, barrage 1, breaching 6+. So it's a little bit like what a plasma cannon used to be. They've nerfed plasma cannons, by the way. They're not strength 7 anymore, which is, I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, plasma cannons are now only strength 6. And maximal fire doesn't boost up the strength either. It just keeps it at 6. I don't know if that's an error. And then you've got the inversion beamer. I don't know where on earth this weapon would be. Beam weapon? Conversion beam weapons. Inversion beamer. Oh god, what are these symbols? So less than 15 inches, 1 shot, strength 8, AP 2, damage 3, blast 5-inch, or between 15 and 30 inch, you're getting worse AP and worse damage. So the inversion beam is really short range. You've got to be firing that within 15 inches. And then the Graviton pulverizer is 18 inches, one shot, strength 9, AP 3, damage 3, heavy D, blast 3 inches, breaching 6+. Yeah, they're all right weapons, aren't they? But they're like 18 inches or 15 inches. Well, 30 inches and 18 inches. They're all right. But I think the plasma and the disintegrator are the more, I don't know, I want to use the word ubiquitous. I think they're just, you know, you can use them in more scenarios, more widely used. Flexible. They're more flexible weapon systems. The other two are a much shorter range, and you know, if you're within 18 inches of something and you're a Saturnine Dreadnought, you've got to be worried, surely, because like a Leviathan could be popping out of a plastic Dreadnought drop pod. Okay, then I woke up. You know, or a normal Contemptor with a Gravis power fist. That's the thing with these Saturnine Dreadnoughts. I mean, their weaponry is decent, but close combat, you're going to get knocked about. You like my drip pod review? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've decided not to get the new drop pod. The new drop, the new old drop pod. Oh, I'm losing track now. Yeah, I decided not to pick that up. I was going to. I was tempted. But, you know, in my head, I'm thinking Siege Breakers or Drop Pod. New Assault Marines in Mark II or Drop Pod. A quarter of the Fellblade or Drop Pod. That's how I'm thinking, and I'd rather give you a review of something completely new. I might just review the old ones, but with the Horus Heresy rules. Seeing as the new 40k drop pods have failed utterly, you know, you've got the 10th edition rules there to have the Deathstorm little missiles in it and things like that, and you don't get the missile launcher in it anymore. I will be in Discord after the live stream though, so if anybody's about, if you want to have a chat, I'll try and contribute. But I'm asking a lot of my voice today. But I will be back tomorrow, definitely. I'm not sure what I'll do. I might start the Terminators, or I might do something completely different. I'll have a think about it. I do want to finish this Dreadnought tonight, so I can get you its review on Friday. Yeah, good point, Peter. Out of 5 new Space Marine Combat Patrol, which you rank from top to the bottom? I need to have a little look at them again. I like the White Scars one only because I like the new character. So that might be my top one. The Raven Guard gets thumbs down because of the Quiet Dreadnought. I know that the White Scars has a... Is it the Repulsor? Or Impulsor? I think it's the Impulsor. So that knocks it down a little bit. The Salamanders one doesn't have enough flamers or melters. Can't remember what the Imperial Fist one has. But I'm just glad that they didn't release all of the new characters in those sets, because they could have done, you know, they could have done. They really could have, yeah, made our lives a bit more tricky. How many drop pods do you own? Too many, my friend. Too many. Too many now. It's a really good question. I mean, I don't think I've bought any more since the collection video from a few years ago, other than the new ones. So however many's in that video, plus 2. You know, I'm not so anal about it that I have to get a drop pod per 10 Space Marines so that my entire chapter can fit in drop pods. That's just ridiculous. I think a lot of the chapter can fit in things. So like rhinos, tanks, Thunderhawks, Stormbirds, Storm Ravens, Storm Eagles, things like that. I think a lot of it. I'd like to do that. I'd like to run the numbers. I don't think drop pods can be, I say reused. Obviously they can be, because they're just taken from the planet and then like recycled, and you know, I very much doubt they just use a drop pod, it's one use, they leave it, and then they never go back to it. I think they would, Tech Marines or whoever would salvage them if they had the time. Maybe not those ammunition drop pod things, the smaller ones. They just seem like they're built that they can, you know, they've got thruster, you know, retro thrusters and things. They just seem like, and they've got targeting computers, Auspexes, flight computers, things like that in them. I just, yeah, I don't think they just leave them. I think they'd want to reuse them. I don't think they only can survive one re-entry. They look built like they can have multiple re-entries. There's a mum joke in there somewhere. Pato or Pato, yeah. It has been a roller coaster of emotions, yeah. Yeah, you're right. It would have been if they announced the plastic Dreadnought drop pods as well. White Scar could be number 2. Okay. Hello, Commissar. How are you doing? How many drop pods are too many? It's a good question, actually. Have I built the new drop pod kit? Am I being gaslit? I don't know. I'm just going to go for default. Yes, I am. Are the Mark II Space Marine shoulder pads in one piece? I hope they don't mess them up like Mark 6 ones. Yeah, the Mark 6 ones were a pain, weren't they? I don't know. I haven't actually built a single Mark II. I know. It's been a week. What can we do? I'll start building them this week. There are 40 of the little blighters, though. You know, this is the thing. Sometimes it's such a long time between building Space Marines. Like I'm building, okay, Emperor's Children. I'm building like Death Core. I'm building Eldar, or I'm building Soulblight, or something like that. And then I'm thinking, oh, I can't wait to build Space Marines again when Space Marines are released. And then when I get to Space Marines are released, and then I have to build like 40 of them or whatever. And it's like, oh, I can't wait to build something new now. No, for me, I'm really looking forward to a tank. You heard that right. Looking forward to building the Fellblade when that comes when that comes out. Yeah, that's what I'm really I'd love to sink my teeth into it when that gets released. I mean, Dreadnoughts, I've built loads of tanks, but yeah, I would rather build a tank than a Dreadnought, or just normal Space Marine squad or something like that. Honestly, though, my backlog of tanks to build is just crazy. Yeah, you don't want to know. It's worse than my backlog of Titans to build. It really is. The Emperor, what? The Emperor Children Codex was a joke because they didn't even get warp talons or bikes. Yeah, good point. The thing is, it's annoying, isn't it? I'll tell you why. Because I'll go off on not a massive rant, but a mini rant. It's annoying because, like, Death Guard were were the template. Like Death Guard, they did such a good job. So many beautiful sculpts. I've met the designer, really cool guy, and they set the bar with those. They're better than the Primaris. Primaris just look boring. I mean, yeah, people praise them because they're larger and things, but you know, the Death Guard were way better minis, and that's the problem with Chaos Space Marines is they set the bar so high with those miniatures that now any Chaos Space Marine faction, even standard Chaos Space Marines, when they came out, they just don't live up to the same standard. That's what I feel anyway. Yeah, like World Eaters, for one. Angron was good. Everything else was a bit, yeah, meh. Well, that goes on there quite nicely. I might just pop that on there right now. Emperor's Children. Again, they just, I don't know what it is, but they don't go all the way. They don't fully commit. And they haven't since Death Guard. I don't know why, because there's a lot of Chaos Space Marines players. Chaos are very, very interesting. But instead we get the 49th Space Marine Lieutenant. You think I'm joking about that, but, you know, they'll always cater for what sells the most, which is your standard Space Marines. Plastic Dreadclaw. Yeah, the Anvilus as well. The Charybdis drop pod. Yeah, that's a huge resin kit, that one. I still wouldn't mind getting one though. Would I ever review Cyberpunk models or Star Wars Legion? Star Wars Legion, definitely. I did do some reviews of Star Wars Armada before that was all canned. I even bought a Super Star Destroyer, which I can't remember how much that cost. It must have been over 100. I'm sure it was over 100. I can't remember. But yeah, Star Wars Legion, if it sticks around, hope it doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, I would be open to that. The only thing that always constricts me though is time. That's the thing. Like, I wish I could unbox and review absolutely everything for you all, to give you ideas and, you know, whether these things are worth it. But right, so let's put these tubes on. I think maybe that one goes in there. That one goes in there. Slides in. Oh, that goes in quite nicely. Yeah. Oh, this has been a bit of a joy, this plasma. Yeah, that goes on quite well. I'm happy with that. this piping. And yeah, we said we're going to have these open, so I just want to test these. Yeah, they seem straightforward. Now I'm risking it with this glue. I probably should use the Tamiya actually. Have I missed one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one somewhere, haven't I? There it is. I did partially clip it off. Let me just read some more. You don't want to get another heresy box. You've still got a second one to finish. Okay. What kill team kit have you fun build so far? I can't remember. Am I right in thinking the last one I picked up was like the Orc one? That was quite good. The Deathcore were nice. And they're just a nice unit to have with the current Deathcore as well. I think they fit well with those more than the Orcs do. There we go. So that's the plasma with the petals open. I like that. That's it's quite cool, and that went together quite quickly. So I think this disintegrator will as well. So yeah, let's crack on. Next page. Yeah, this Dreadnought is 12 pages for the old instructions. '20, '21. 22, 22. There it is. So these are the tips of the disintegrator. 25, 26. I don't know what these are. I'm not that familiar with these disintegrator weapons yet. They're all quite new to me. They're all new to all of us, aren't they? '27, '28, and '29, please. So 27, 28, and then 29. Some kind of bundle of cables. And these are cylindrical, these dustbin lids. That's what they remind me of. All the old American dustbin lids. Trash cans. Not like our bins here. You're really not understanding the flack this box is getting. Yeah, I haven't really heard much flack really about the box. You haven't really heard of much flack, but you've always got to take the default stance on social media, news, drama creates views. It's always the case. Always something negative creates much more views, and views for a lot of channels and things equal revenue. Increase in traffic, increase in money. If you're doing it for a job, that's your main goal. I'm not doing it for a job. You know, I don't need the drama. I don't need the controversy or, you know, clickbait titles, things like that. I mean, if you've got a video that says a lot of negative things about this set, or a video that sings its praises, I'm pretty sure the video that says negative things is probably going to get more views. Not because it's right, but just because, you know, it's drama. People like drama, and they might be more inclined on a negative video to make more comments. And and you know how the algorithm works: more comments, more traffic, more views, which lead to more comments. I mean, it's kind of how it works. I haven't really got any bad things to say about this set. I mean, the bad things I have to say about this set aren't really big things. They're not substantial. I mean, I could say the price, but it's £195, and the previous set was 180. I think £15 over 3 years. When you look at how much things have gone up, I don't think that's that bad. The fact that they've got all new minis in this set, and the previous kit didn't. Maybe some negative would be about the rule book, in that there's a lot of copy and paste, and the rules are way overcomplicated than they need to be now. They've just added tons and tons, and I wish they would. I wish they'd have like a Horus Heresy Light. Maybe also that whether the whole 3.0 is needed. I don't think it is. One of the reasons why I don't think it's needed and it feels forced is because the previous editions, or the previous edition, was around for so many years. I think also in this era, I think all those rules and things should be free. All of these, I think if you're releasing new rules every 3 years or within 3 years, they should be free every 3 years. Yeah, it costs money to make the rules and things, but you're a multi-billion pound company. I'm pretty sure you could write it off somewhere, the cost of that, in the price of the miniatures or something, or I don't know. I just think rules and overcomplication of rules and refreshing of rules every 3 years is just not needed. It's just extra, I think. There are many reasons why. One is because they're making more stuff than they ever have. So people haven't got enough. They haven't got as much time to paint the stuff, let alone game with the minis, because they're constantly releasing things. They have done for years now, 4 or 5 years. They're just releasing all of the new things in one go. Are you talking about Star Trek? Yeah, Picard Season 3 I enjoyed. Voyager is, incredible. Deep Space Nine. Is it Voyager? No, I'm thinking of something else. Next Gen, sorry. Next Gen was my jam. Voyager's all right. I mean, we did get 7 and 9. Deep Space Nine is all right. Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of that also depends on which Star Trek you kind of grew up on as well. Yeah, Season 3 of Picard is very good. Yeah. I do love the breaches. I don't know about the assaults though. I'm not a massive fan of the huge jump packs and things for the assaults. Maybe it's just the look of them. They look very orcified, don't they? Those assault marines come in. They look like if someone was to kind of sketch a jump pack. It's like, oh, we're gonna have these 2 big rotor blade jet engine things. I don't know. That's what that reminds me of. You're totally right, Toby. Totally. The rules, like, and then with the Titans and splitting the legs and the heads as different armor values and different hull points. It's just. Yeah, no. If you want us to buy more minis and grow our collections and you know, buy multiples, we're going to be spending more time building and some of us painting them and things like that. Make the game more watered down. Make it have like a Horus Heresy light. I don't know, just like a lighter, quicker version, like what they have with Kill Team. You know, you can play a quick game in your lunch break or something. I'm not saying that we'll need to play a quick game of Horus Heresy in a lunch break, but I'm just saying, you know. It's becoming a lot like Dungeons and Dragons, and don't get me wrong, Dungeons and Dragons can be good, but with Dungeons and Dragons, you're kind of invested, aren't you? Like you pick your character. There's your games master and, or, you know, dungeon master, whatever, and all those kind of things, and it's like you're invested. It's you're setting out that whole evening just for that. For me, Warhammer is less fun when you're looking in a book or rule book for rules that you then have to look into another book for those rules, and it just becomes like, what's your other person doing while you're looking up those rules? And there's so many rules you can't remember all of them. It's like, what's your other person doing? Like Face ID checks? I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's yeah, it should be like moving, rolling some dice. Yeah, those casualties are wiped out. There's a bit of discrepancy on there, and then bang, it's the next person's turn. It's, you know, it should run a lot smoother and quicker than it does. You shouldn't be having to get bogged down in, you know, modifiers. Oh, well, my initiative was 5, but because I'm swinging this power fist around, I have to minus it by 3 or whatever it is. And yeah. Oh, skip your message. Sorry, Legion. Hang on. Oh, there you are. Hey, Super, did you get yours from Games Workshop or local gamer score? And did you get any of the following damage? Other people got scuffed Praetor torso, nicked front of the Dreadnought neck. Sorry, I don't normally skip over messages, Legion. There's just so many coming in. I got mine from a local gaming score, not from Games Workshop. I don't know if that affects anything. And I didn't get any damage. I didn't get any extra sprues or any less sprues. I got the full finished product. I'd tell you if I had issues. Crikey. I had issues with a set of armigers, plastic armigers once. They gave me more legs or less legs. They gave me more weapon sprues than legs. And I said that in the unboxing and complained, and they sent me a whole new box set. Because, as you know, GW's customer service is very, very good. You know, yeah, we're paying a lot for these things, but the one thing I can't fault them on, especially with Forge World products as well, is their customer service. They always sort you out or send you a new kit. But no, I didn't have any issues. Sorry, I didn't mean to overlook your comment. Thank you for writing it again. Tasha Yar looked like your mum in the 80s. Well, I guess that was the style, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You've been playing a very long time with a big gap in 15 years. Yeah, dressing up. Yeah, good point, Toby. Yeah. Very, very good point. I think that's what they want it to be. You're right, which is a shame. It's a shame. It really is, because I like the Horus Heresy where it was before. And this move to kind of move all the game systems into kind of very similar rules is, yeah. I don't know, it just makes things more disjointed and harder to learn. Well, harder to learn from a new person, but if someone's familiar with one game, I think that's where they're coming from. If you're familiar with one game system, that will help you with the others. And let's face it, they want everyone to be collecting all the game systems, right? Yeah, even I know I'm easily confused, but even all this this change to like, oh, command units, high command, support, war machines. Like, can't we just have like HQ and troops and elites and heavy support and, you know, and Lords of War? Like, why can't we have that? What's wrong with that? Is that Was that bad? Like, yeah, but where would you put the turrets? Well, heavy support. Yeah, but where would you put the apothecaries? Well, elites, probably. Where would you put a Fellblade? Oh, well, Lord of War, clearly. Fast attack. I missed that fast attack. Sorry. Sorry, White Scars players. Let me just read some more comments. Will this box end up like the Skaven box? I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think, forgive me if I'm wrong, I think in America, Age of Sigmar is more popular. It's the most popular system in America, and so the Skaven not doing very well is kind of a reflection of UK, European, and Australian markets, really. And I think there's a bigger base of Horus Heresy players. And the other thing is the models in this set are really, really good. I'm not saying Skaven Tide were really bad, but I think some of the Sigmar minis are a bit, yeah, divisive maybe. Whereas all these minis, it's annoying that they've gone down the route of making the base Dreadnought, this Dreadnought I'm building now, online exclusive. I think that's such a mistake. They need to roll back on that ASAP. Also, the Arachne, that needs to be sold at third-party sellers as well. I don't know how many people are going to be buying that at £42 or so. It's a nice kit, don't get me wrong, but you build it quite quick, and its usefulness in the battlefield is questionable, especially with the lack of flyers. Yeah, they also need to get that Dreadnought out to third parties as well. I'm wondering whether they've done that on purpose to bump up sales of the standard weapons that it comes with artificially. You know, because you'd buy the Ophion class of Dreadnought, and then you'd buy the Siphon weapons just to have a rounded base. But the thing is that the Ophion weapons are they're very specific, and they're very short range. I'd probably say they're even more specific than the Leviathan ones, actually. And at least with the Leviathan, you've got a close combat weapon as well. That's the thing. Like, you can have the claw or the siege drill with one of these. I really should have pulled that in, shouldn't I? Anyway, I don't know why I've magnetized the Volkite. I'm never going to use the flamers. Anyway. The point I was trying to make is that this Dreadnought doesn't cater as well as the Leviathan for swapping those weapons around. However, two heavy disintegrators does sound quite nice. If you can get the Dreadnought close enough. That's the main thing. Skaven Tide boxes are given away. Well, I haven't got one Someone give me one. You moved to your PC to watch it. Oh. Tell me when you're going to move to your cinema to watch it. Right, I think that's done. So we just need to put this on. Okay, and then these things. Don't know what these are, targeters, or I honestly don't know what these things are. Oh, so that should go at the top. There we go. I mean, it looks like a nice weapon, decent weapon. It's just short range, isn't it? Was it 24-inch range, I think, from what I can remember. I swear the plasma went on. I built the plasma quicker than this. How to complete this monstrosity then? I watched that Lupercal, Kill Lupercal thing on Warhammer Plus. It was alright. Kind of looked like an animation that was done over 10 years ago, though. I'm really surprised that the secret level animation isn't on Warhammer Plus. I would have thought that would be. I can't remember ever seeing it on there. But if it's not on there, that is criminal. The only reason I'm staying with Warhammer Plus is that free mini now. You know. There's so many other live services that are keeping my interest. And only just as well. And that's because of the whole, I'll go off on a rant, that's because the whole advert thing. You know, streaming was so good because you didn't have to buy physical media, and then you could just stream and watch what you want when you want, and you know, for a price. And they up the price, and then they up the quality. Okay, get that. But then they up the price again, and then they're introducing ads, and now you have to not only pay a higher price, but you also have to pay to remove ads. It's gone all the way backwards, and I don't know whether it's a conspiracy for people to buy more physical media, or it's just a complete lack of oversight by these streaming companies to make money, or they're just greedy. It's probably a mixture of a few things, but anyway, Let me just have a little look. Yeah, but the inversion beamer's under 15 inches, though. Oh, strong pinning sounds good. But again, the grav is only, what, is it 18 inches? Yeah, is that the overload you're talking about, aren't you? With the disintegrators. I think it's worth the trade-off. Am I magnetizing the weapons? Good question, Spamesh. No, I'm not. I'm going to glue them in. I don't care at this point. I'll be getting a second Dreadnought at some point in the future. I'm not going to magnetize them and buy a second set. I would if I played games and I only wanted one. But yeah, I'll be getting another one. So, but I'll show you how easy it is though. You can magnetize them. I've just run out of these sized magnets though. That's the thing. I need another magnet order, but I don't see how much magnets have gone up by. I think they've gone up a fair bit since the last time I purchased any. Right, B24. Right, so this is up to the heads. We've got to pick a head now. It's out of 2, but then there's 2 foreheads to pick. I've already decided. We'll go for the smooth one, not the spiky one. The spiky one can go over there. And then we've already decided we're going for that chest piece. And we'll give him that little... will we give him that iron halo thing? Yeah, we'll give him that spiky iron halo. That looks all right. Well, we'll see how it looks in a moment. B30. So weapons are done. Shoulders are done. We've just got the head and these support weapons. I'm going to have a look at these support weapons, see if they're any good. Oh, there's a different... Oh no, there's like 8 different heads. Wow, I was not expecting that. Yeah, there's loads of different heads. No way. Pity you can't really see the head. Yeah, so we've got these smaller weapons which are just on this final sprue. Let me have a look at what these weapons do. I think I might not go for the incinerator. Yeah. I do like all the options. Photonic incinerators are the good ones. Would you get a lot of Space Marines assaulting your Dreadnought, though? Let me have a look at them. So, is it a flamer weapon? Concussive resonator. It's a flame. Wow, so that's the flamer weapon. It's got a template. It's a 2-shot template, so you're getting four template weapons. Strength 6, AP 5, damage 1, overload, and stun. Okay. Sounds a bit Emperor's Children to me. And then the photonic incinerator. Again, it's a template, but you're only getting 1 shot. Strength is better. AP is 4. AP isn't 3. It's 4. Damage 1. Template panic. I was going to say, AP 3 for a flamer. Last time I've seen that was on a Flamestorm cannon many years ago. And that's the reason why people picked up the Crusader with the Flamestorm Land Raider Flamestorm cannons. These are completely new weapons for me. I mean, they've both got the same strength. It's just that AP. It's just the AP. Do I want a worse AP? You're saying heavy photonic. Oh, okay. Sorry. And now I'm talking about the smaller weapons. I think I'll probably go for. Well, it doesn't really make much difference, but I'm just going to go for the one that they've got on the box, the photonic incinerators. I don't mind having less shots. It's a template weapon anyway. I'm not going to be completely hoarded by things, and if I am, and I've got these longer range weapons on it, I've done something wrong. So yeah, we'll go for the photonic. We'll probably put the concussive on the other one, because that would make more sense, because that one would get more assaulted more, because it has smaller range weapons. So yeah, that's my theory behind it anyway. I'll go for that. Right, I've been streaming for an hour and a half. I'll probably just go for a little stretch my legs. Three torso weapons. I've only got two torso weapons here. It's been an hour and a half, Revan, yeah. And it's gone dark. It's now getting dark at 9 o'clock. Ooh. Winter is coming. I've got 4 months left. I might as well tell you all Happy New Year from now on. It's funny, isn't it? Like, it gets to, you know, we wait all year for the summer. Well, we do here. It arrives, and then it's pretty much August, and yeah, autumn just creeps up. I just like it to be lighter for a lot longer, like a minimum of 10 o'clock every night for like 4 months or something, you know, or half the year even. That'd be cool. I haven't decided which head to go for. Well, I kind of have, but I'll glue this one anyway. I'll be using the head that I don't use on the second one, whenever that one appears in a few years' time. Well, we have decided. We've decided on which one we're going to go for. So 36, 35. These two. 34, 37. And then the other one is 33. This one. We've still got a pipe there. I don't know whether I'm meant to have used that pipe on the plasma. Probably. I'll find out in a mo. Right, and that's the photonic incinerator. That's that. What is these 16 and 17? What are these pieces? Was it? It's 15 and 15 and 17. I don't know what those are for. Oh, right at the end, look. Oh, right. So that is. What the? Oh, I see why. Okay, so you put this pipe either the left side or the right side of the plasma, depending on which side you put the plasma on. All right. And then there's this piece here, which I think is 15. Yeah, it's got to be 15. And that's the same situation. It's either 15 for the left side, or its right side, or 16 for the other side. So let's, not complicate things. And then that's that sprue complete. Good. And this is the sprue that you won't get with the Ophion. You only get this with the Scion? Chiron? There you go. I got it right in the end. Could I compare it to the previous Horus Heresy Dreadnoughts? Yeah. Yeah, they're right here. And I've got the Telemon sat there as well, waiting to be a short king now. Yeah, of course I'll compare it. I'll compare it to all of the Horus Heresy Dreadnoughts, the Leviathan, the Doredio, the Contemptor. Yeah. So just kind of like the back, really, and the torso to do. and the shoulders. That's it. Really? Oh. Yeah, I don't know, Legion. Like I've spoke to this is the thing. I've spoken to the designers of the Titans, and I've spoken to the designers of Adeptus Titanicus, and they've all given me reasons. So I've heard it from the horse's mouth of why that's not possible. So it's not an assumption. It's not a not common sense. It's not my opinion. I've actually heard it from the people that make the stuff. Why it won't work. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. Do I like that? Can I like that? How do I like that? Oh, I've liked it. I didn't know you could like super chats. That's quite cool. That's a new thing. I appreciate that. Oh, I'm just stretching my legs a little bit. You used to watch my videos all the time when you were younger. Now you're getting back into 40k. Great to see you still making videos after 8 or so years. It's actually been, I think this will be 13 years, I think. Either 13 or 12 years. I think I'm pushing 13 years now. So, ooh. Yeah, I need to go on another another biscuit run or something. I don't know. Oh, right. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you so much. You want a Saturnine Dreadnought for a kit bash? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it's coming out in... sorry for the camera wobble. It's coming out in 2 weeks' time. You can pre-order it today, but you can only pre-order the... Well, you can pre-order the... Aphian, but not the Chiron. So you can't pre-order that one unless you go on Games Workshop's web store, which is a bit silly. But you can pre-order the other one, which is similar to this one, but with different weapons. So yeah, you've got a choice there. I mean, I'm gonna have 2 in the Dark Angels Legion. Of course, it's Dark Angels. Why wouldn't Dark Angels have loads of plasma weapons and disintegrator weapons and, you know, hoarding all the good stuff? I probably would pick up another pack of Terminators as well. So 10 Saturnine Terminators. I think that would be my limit. I don't think I'd go for 14 or, you know, I mean, personally, I'd rather them redo up the size of the Terminators. Make larger Tartarus ones, make larger Cataphractii ones, than buy any more Saturnine. No worries, Dimitri. Just yeah, drive safe, or however you're getting to the store. I mean, these streams are mainly audio anyway, and I don't, it's not like I scream and shout in the streams, is it? They're quite chill. It's almost like a conversation, isn't it, really? Almost like someone having a conversation with you, or you're listening into a couple of people's conversation. I mean, obviously I'm reacting to the comments and things, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you everyone that leaves the comments. I'm going to try and finish this Dreadnought tonight, and I'm setting myself a bar with it, but we'll see if I can. I mean, if I was on the back paneling already, I'd say I could definitely do it. Right, what top of the head should I go for? I think that's a contender, or we go for a more Tartarus type one, or I think, yeah, that looks more like Ultramarines, Blood Angels, Imperial Fists. That one looks more of a heresy type one, whereas this Knight type one, I think I'm going to go for this. Yeah, it's tickled my fancy. Okay. Dark Angels totally have no secrets at all. Try not to put too much glue on this head. There we are. Eyes on the road. You've been lurking in the background. You think the Games Workshop already has a Warhound Titan. Really? That's been said for so many years. Like, ever since the first resin one came out in 2002, people have said that. So for 23 years, you know, and as I say, I've spoke to the people that have designed them, both the plastic Adeptus Titanicus and the resin ones. You know, they probably would give me the same answer now as they did back then. I can't see why they wouldn't. I mean, I guess it's in their best interest, but the thing is, they've always had like a limit of how much to charge for plastic kits. It's always been a like there's always been a threshold, which they very rarely, you know, increased. And they've got to factor in how many people would buy them, how much it would affect the game, because that's a big thing. Because if it, you know, if they're not going to make them 50 quid, all right, they're just not. And I don't think they're going to make them anything less than £200. Their current Warhound is what, 400 odd, which is a lot of money. It's definitely worth 250, maybe 300 with the weapons, but £400 without the weapons. I'm sorry, but it's just not worth that anymore. that and the Reaver, especially with the instructions and things like that. And also some of the things that they said to me were like the armor plates. Like, if you make, like, people would love to see like a plastic Thunderhawk or a plastic Titan, but that's kind of as far as their thinking goes, that they would like to see that, and not, they don't follow that thinking through to how it would work, or how it would affect the rules, how it would affect the game, the number of parts, the size of the parts. Like, they don't think of it through as, like, they just want it in plastic because they want it in plastic. One of the main reasons is price. Like, I think people want a plastic Titan because of price. They're not after one because they want to dominate on the battlefield or because it's going to be fun. I'll tell you what, guys, a Titan is not fun. It's one unit that you only have to remember certain things for, and now with Horus Heresy, it's gotten a lot worse. But it's not, because it's one unit and everything shoots at it. It's most likely going to die. It's not lore accurate. So it's not a rules or a gaming reason. It's not a... it could be a cost reason. It's certainly not an ease of build reason, in that it would have hundreds and hundreds of pieces, and that's still going to take you longer, much longer to build than a resin one. Case in point, the resin plasma blast gun, it is one piece. Can you imagine how many pieces it would be? And, you know, there might be some clever people in the comments that would say, oh, they've already done it. They made it in Adeptus Titan. No. You need to go back and rethink that answer. It's not as easy as just increasing the size. You increase the size, you have to work on the tolerances to make sure that they work as well. There are some things that you just can't sculpt onto a sprue. You have to have workarounds, you have to have joins. And then even if you did just increase the size, like the designers have told me, you'd end up with sprues that are massive. You've got big sprues, you've got big boxes. You've got big boxes taking up space in warehouses. There's only so much space that you have to pay for this. Honestly, there's just so many reasons. They have come leaps and bounds in their plastic designs of miniatures and detail. Like, the amount of detail on these two miniatures is just incredible. Still, Amalia Novena is still the best plastic design miniature, I think, with the amount of 3D detailing and things that they did for her. That was the turning point in my experience of all the miniatures that I made. But even though they've mastered, they've improved massively on plastic miniatures having that much detail. They haven't mastered the large size stuff. Where they're at right now is a plastic fell blade, okay? And that is going to take you much longer to put together than the resin one that I picked up, like a decade ago or so. It's not going to be the same price. I think the resin fell blade was it's almost £200, wasn't it? Or it is now. Is it still available? I want to say it's about £200. Let me find out. Fell blade. You can't buy a fell blade. Okay, how about a glaive then? Glaive. Can't buy a glaive? What's going on here? Honestly, the website is absolutely atrocious. They could pay me £1 million and I would sort it out for them. Let's just do loyalist. and then do high to low. See what we get. Right. They're not there at all. So the fell blade's not there, the glaze not there, the falchion's not there, completely removed. And this is another thing that really bugs me, is they release a new edition, and this is a new edition of Horus Heresy. You know, it says it's third edition on the back of the book, and they don't have things in stock. It's I don't know what that kind of signals to me. In a way, it signals to me that yeah, they're on a schedule, but it also signals to me that they are pushing things out the door as quick as they possibly can. And unfortunately, that has consequences. Possible sales is a consequence. They could have made a killing. They could have made a killing 3 years ago if they had just released all the Primarch books out again. You know, why would you not have all of the Horus Heresy books and things available at a time when Horus Heresy is at its most popular? I'd probably say. I don't know. Yeah. Also, another thing is like a gaming sort of side of things is, say they did make plastic Titans. Let's go with that, and say they were, let's say 250 minimum. Okay. So 250 for a plastic Warhound with both the weapons. Okay, which is, it's not too bad. And you buy like 3. What's the goal here? Like, because for gaming, to use 3, it's going to be really odd to use 3 in a game. And then you might think, oh well, I just want to play Adeptus Titanicus but full size. Okay. But then you're going to need a lot more. You're then going to need like probably Warlords and, you know, all those others. It becomes a bit, yeah, just oversaturated, I'd probably say. And then, would it make enough to pay for the cost of it? Like, would it make its money up? I don't know. There's so many questions. Like, I understand the knights. You know, we had the plastic knights, and we had the Cerastus knights, the bigger, taller ones. Then we had some kind of unique ones. I don't think that this tripod is moving. Okay, right, so that's that on. Okay, that's the sort of chest weapons sorted. I don't know how I feel about putting this head in right now. I think you have to, though. I think you have to put the head in because this goes on the chest. So I don't think you can get away with putting... Oh, no, you can. Oh, you can. Okay, I might do that, you know. I might... Yeah. I might place the head in afterwards, now that I know that you can. Seems like the better choice. Yeah, Manta. Yeah, Manta's a good example of that brilliant quote. They were so concerned in whether they could, they never asked the question whether they should. It's one of those. It's like it's such a huge model, and it's from what I've heard and the videos I've seen, it is an absolute pain. It is. I would say it's worse than the Reaver. You know, um, especially if you get like a warped one, or it's just an absolute nightmare. Um, I would I ever get one? Well, I don't collect Tau, so probably not. I don't know how I feel about these fancy this fancy Iron Halo thing. Oh, I don't know. What did they do? They did put it on, didn't they? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'll regret it later, probably. It's Dark Angels. He's allowed some kind of crown thing. Okay. Oops. Put the head in later. Okay, right, so front armor panels. We've got 3 to choose from. $170. I think, well, how much is a normal Baneblade? Because it'll be similar to that. I think the Baneblade is good value for money, though, because you're getting, what, like, Krieg will help me out. Like 8 different tanks in that thing. Baneblade. Baneblade is £115. So I'd say 120 minimum, but I've got a feeling it could be 130. It's not going to be 115. It's going to be more than the current Baneblade, even though it will only have one option. Because that heavy bolter array is pretty decent. 48-inch range for heavy bolters. I'll take that. Right. Let's have a look at these front pieces. Spikes are out for me. These lightning, though, they look a bit too fancy. I'm not going to go for the lightning. I'll just go for the standard. I made my decision. He's already got a fancy crown. Right. So some new pieces to pick up. 38 and 39. Anyway, what I'd like to see in plastic is, now that they've built the Fellblade, definitely would like to see a glaive. Hope they do a falchion. Hope they do some flyers. I'm not just talking about the Xiphon. Storm Eagle and a Fire Raptor would be pretty decent, just because those resin plastic combi kits are a pain. Oh, we're on the shoulder parts as well. These ribbed sections, 61 and 60. $56, $55. Oh, do we have to do 2 of these, I think? No, 1 for each side. Okay. It's kind of like the scaffolding for it. Or the, not exoskeleton, the skeleton really it is. Another word for it as well. Superstructure. And then you put those together with this spine, and then you put these 2 tips on. And then you do the same for the other, I think. Yeah. I think these shoulder pieces and the structure and the back panel, the back plates and the power plant and things are a bit more complex. Well, not complex, but a bit more time consuming than you might think. I mean, you don't normally get these pieces on like a Leviathan or a Contemptor. It's just straight up, you know, very small shoulder pieces, isn't it? And they're normally like 2 or 3 parts. But not this one. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces just for 1 shoulder support. So 16 pieces for these. And then they go together, and then you've got these ends as well. Let me just read some more of your comments. 8 different guns, 2 different top chassis, 120. Boom, nice. Since you reviewed Seraphon in the past, could you review the Underworld band Jaws of Itzel, the Warcry band Hunter of Huanchi? I'll try to. Yeah, I do like the Seraphon. I've always wanted a kind of dinosaur army, so yeah, I do like my Seraphon. The thing is, I say the speed bump. I built them all. Like, I've built all the Seraphon that I bought, and I reviewed them all. But I just couldn't really decide what to pick up next for that army. I sort of wanted the big frog dude. What's his name? Oh, I always forget his name. I kind of wanted him anyway. But I didn't pick him up. I didn't pull the trigger. He's supposed to be a really nice model to build as well. I'll get him one day. Ah, Croak. Yeah, thank you, Maxim. Yeah, Lord Croak. We don't think they're going to be different turret option. No, they literally just have to change the turret. So what they would do is they would take out the turret and the barrels for the Fellblade, that sprue, because we haven't seen the sprues yet. So we'll get more of an idea when they're released, and then they'll just put in the Volkite and probably a different turret to accommodate the Volkite. That's all that needs doing. You don't need any different sponson weapons or anything like that. There's nothing new in the rules, at least. The falchion is a bit more difficult because you need a whole new top square part of the tank, the turret part of the tank. You need the dual volcano. You'd need the back power transmission and all those things. The falchion would be more of a tricky one to do. But the thing is what I'm saying is this Fellblade that they're bringing, it's not the Baneblade. That's the thing. It's not the Fellblade tracks or the chassis or anything like that. It's brand new. And I tell you something I know about Games Workshop is they don't put big, new, expensive, designed sprue things like that to waste. Case in point, Baneblade. You know, they will make as much money and much profit as they possibly can from that investment. They do it so many times. This is why they might bring out a close combat Saturnine. Because so much of this can all you have to do is have another sprue with some close combat weapons. Why not have a big disruptor fist and some kind of drill? I don't know. Like, I know we've got the Leviathan Dreadnought, and it wouldn't make the Leviathan redundant because you can put the Leviathan in a Dreadnought drop pod. You can't put the Saturnine Dreadnought in a drop pod. So it wouldn't make it redundant. It would just make use of their designed sprue. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought out some different weapon options for the Terminators as well. However, that is a tricky one because those Terminators, their weapons and things are kind of embedded on their sprues. So I don't know about that. That's more of a grey area, that one. Quad assault cannon, though. That quad accelerator cannon, they could totally change those weapons. I know they don't have anything new on the rules, but, you know, rules schmools. It used to be, back in the day, they only brought out miniatures that were in the codex, or they'd only bring out new miniatures. Like, we'd get a new codex, and there'd be a new unit in it, and the unit didn't exist, and then they would bring it out. Nowadays, anything's fair game. Anything. So they could just randomly bring out a new unit and go, right, here are the digital rules. They've done that loads of times. I'm waffling on a bit, but we've got the torso to build, the sides, the top, the back paneling, and then kind of putting all this together with the shoulders. Then the panels for the pauldrons, and then the weapons, and then we're done. So yeah, been live streaming. I will stop at 3 hours though. That is my limit. I'm not going to go past 3 hours unless it's like for charity. No, so I've been live streaming for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So yeah, we've got another 50 minutes to go. So we'll see how far I get in 50 minutes. If I don't complete him, I don't complete him. I'll complete him tomorrow. And start on the Terminators. I don't know, Revan. I think it's a good thing for the person that's having to buy everything, and for you supporting me. You know, I think, yeah, sometimes they can be too much to look at and pre-order. Definitely. I'll be annoyed if it's on the pre-orders next week or even the week after, because then, yeah, there was no reason for them to delay that. It's a bit like the weapons for this Dreadnought, like you said at the very start, missing the 2 weapons. They could have bundled it in because there's only a 3-week delay. And that would have been a nice little sort of extra of you buying the set. It's like you bought this. It would be a an appreciation for all those people that bought the original Age of Darkness set and were a bit miffed that the Contemptor didn't have all the weapons in. How about that? That would have been a good consultation prize. Is that what you call it? I better get coffee. No, if I have coffee now, yeah, I'll have heart palpitations. I just won't be able to sleep, I'm sure. I'll have a coffee in the morning. But as I say, I'll be in Discord if anybody's about. I know it's late on a Saturday night, but no worries. See you later, Maxim. Have a good one. So if I put those 2 together and these 2. Okay, right. We're getting there. These aren't too tricky. Yeah, we're smashing through these, so that's good. We'll have these built in no time. Quicker than I expected. There's just a lot of parts. That's the thing. It is a project. It's a bit like a Land Raider Spartan. It really is in terms of scope. Favorite Dreadnought though? I don't know. I still really like the Telemon. You know, looking at it now. And Leviathans are pretty fun. I like the look of the old boxy Dreadnoughts. And I definitely appreciate the Redemptors a lot more since playing Space Marine 2. it's nice to see the Redemptor kind of let rip and, you know, unleash. Right, so we finished those. Might as well just finish these front panels while we're here. And then they're sort of done and ready. Yeah, excellent. Right, they're done. Let's glue these pieces together, and then we're on the back. Well, the hips, I think. So these go in like that. It's like a plug and socket thing for them. How these operate is they go, is it that way? Yeah. Oh, okay. Sort of just rest in there then. Yeah, like that. Same for the other side. Okay, that's those done. Time to put these things together. A bit organic looking, a bit like a spine. I'm getting some alien vibes here, some xenomorph vibes. Geiger. HR Geiger vibes. That's what I wanted to say. And then this side. And then what we do is we get the spine and we pop either of these two pieces either side, but oh wow, that's really cool how that stays on there, I think. Oh, it sinks in there just there. Oh wow, that's cool. I like that. They've done a good job. So that just rests in there. That one should marry up. Yes. Happy with that. Just read your comment. What is your deal breaker of this box super? Deal breaker? What, as in why I wouldn't pick it up? Like I said, the negatives aren't really like that negative. Yeah, there's nothing really that would say, right, I'm definitely not getting this set. It's got enough Terminators. I don't think it needs any less. Any more would make them not as valuable in terms of armor. I think the Dreadnought is good. I think the Arachne, I know it's a bit odd it being there, but it was a nice kit to put together. But it's not a deal breaker. I think the price is all right, adjusted for, you know, inflation and things. Over the past 3 years, I think the price is not too bad. There's nothing. I mean, the deal breaker for the old kit was the Cataphractii. It was the old minis in it. Arguably, these Praetors are better. Like, looks wise, build wise, they're not. But even the build, you can't really say like the whole kit. Just because that Centurion is the cloak is terrible, that's the deal breaker for the kit. I think that would be unfair on the Dreadnought and the other minis, really. That's the thing. The other minis are so good that the Centurion being difficult to build is not a deal breaker. It's all right. It's manageable. Does that answer your question? Hopefully. Whoops. I'm having gravity issues here. You have no love for Saturnine. Okay. Unfortunately, we can't have a Horus Heresy set Krieg with just Deathcore Krieg in it. I'm sorry. Right, that's those done, that done. And let's get some hips out. So we've only really got, oh wow, we've literally got 4 pages left. And 2 of those pages is just assembling things that we've already assembled. So yeah, 4 pages to go. Can we do it in half an hour? Oof, I'm not going to rush it, but like I could do it without cleaning up the pieces. Like I could, but I don't really want to rush it. Nothing worse than rushing it and then messing up the pose at the end. I'd rather it overlap for tomorrow and we I sleep on it and think about it. Right. B7, B8. Oh god, there's a lot of pieces now. B7. B8, B4 and B3. Oops. B4, B3. B9 and B5. So this seems to be the arm sockets, shoulder sockets. B10 is this interesting power plant type thing. At the back. B11 is the top. Come on. That's the top. 12 and 13. I think Solar did well. I'd definitely like to see more tanks from them. You know, they got some good heavy tanks as well, like the Eldor and things. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the Solar release. Happy with the Mechanicum release as well. I hope they sold well, because if people bought a lot of them, then Games Workshop will be more encouraged, motivated to create more new units, or more units in plastic. I mean, we did get 3 versions of the Arvis Lighter. I'd like to meet the guy that bought, or girl, that bought all 3 of them. They must really like flyers. I'm definitely going to buy a ton of Xiphon Interceptors, just because I've always said, you know, they need to make them. We're going to go straight in there and just clip everything off the sprue now. I'm committed. 20, 21, 2 19s. Uh, 46 and 45. I knew there was these cables somewhere. It might be quicker if I just take this off. Right, half the sprue done. Hey, Danisel. Just hopped in. What Legion are you going for with this set? This set is going to just all contribute towards the Dark Angels. So yeah, that's where all the units are going. 37, 42. If I'd equipped the Praetor with a axe, that would have gone to Death Guard. I think the Centurion could still go to Word Bearers, though. That's a possibility. But yeah, most of this set, if not all, is Dark Angels. What will I be adding? Another Dreadnought. I'll be adding another platform. And I'll be adding more for Terminators, and probably another 20 to 40 Mark IIs. But you may say, oh, well, super. Why don't you just buy the other set then? Buy a second set. Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is it's going to be a fair bit in the future. It's not going to be like next year. It'll probably be in a few years' time. Just hope it's still available. It should still be available. We'll see. You think Horus Heresy will be improved if we shift it to Titan Battle? What? The codex is already out. We can already do Titan Battle. Right, let's complete these hips. So I could clip all of this off and glue it all together in half an hour. It's whether I can file it down That's the real question. You think your deal breaker is demystify Saturnine, Dreadnought, and Terminators for demystify? You're trying your best not to buy the box. You just got into 30k hard with the law, and it's made you want to start into the game. I'm definitely going Death Guard. Oh, very nice, very nice. Very nice, very nice. Well, I think I do have a Death Guard playlist somewhere on the channel. That is one of my legions. So feel free to enjoy all the content. Would this kit suit Death Guard? Yeah, I think so. Centurion, possibly not, but everything else definitely does. Like the Mark II does. I'd probably still say Mark III is better suited, but yeah, Mark II is fine. And the Terminators work as well. They're quite slow Terminators. What are their movement, like 4 inches or something? So yeah, that works with the ethos of Death Guard. If you can read some Death Guard novels or get hold of them, I know they're difficult to get hold of now, but that's a Black Library issue. But if you can get hold of some Death Guard novels, they're very good. Yeah, jealousy is such a powerful thing. I know you're a human. I'm a human. You know, we have emotions, but yeah, I'm not saying kind of become like Master Chief or anything, but at the same time, yeah, it's something you need to learn as you get older, and even as you get older, it's still a hard thing to master. Because a lot of the time emotions, you know, make you feel alive. They make you feel like you're part of the human race, but sometimes they can, yeah, they can really mess you up. You know, mastering your own reactions to things is something that still a lot of older adults than me haven't and never will master. Well, it's just one of those things, but hopefully you can. And yeah. it's very daunting. I honestly would not know where to start if I just started the hobby now. Like if everything was fresh and new, um, it would be a very daunting experience. There's so much information just being thrown at you from various sources. But yeah, no, try not to get too jealous of certain discounts and things. Every country has their discounts for certain stuff. Oh, back on topic though. Sorry. Wanted to do a mix of Mark II, Mark III, and maybe even some Mark IV. No, don't get the Mark IV. You did a Contemptor Dread to add. I did get a Contemptor Dread. I've restored. You resort to digital books from Block Library. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, but that's the thing is, it's not even needed though. Like what you're talking about the Terminus Decree, it's not even needed because if you've even read the books at all, you'll know there's basically a bomb under the Golden Throne that Vulcan needs to sit on the throne, and the bomb will go off, and it will destroy the entire planet. So no Custodes, no Imperial Palace, nothing. So he's got the fail safe anyway. It's just so silly. It's just not needed. They do this now and again, don't they? Yeah. It's only a matter of time. It's such an annoying thing because it's such a cherished part of the hobby, the lore. But now and again, like with their models, new drop pod, they sometimes mess it up, and they sometimes like to damage their own IP, which is, yeah, it's inevitable, as Agent Smith says. Anyway, going off on a bit of a different topic there. Yeah, going back to them. If I start showing you models and things and giving you ideas, this isn't gonna be done. So I just thought I could show you some cool looking Death Guard. See how far I can get in 20 minutes. I think I'll complete these parts, but I don't think I'll glue everything together. And that's like the most important part. is the final putting together of all these pieces. We're just gonna quickly put these together though. How, why, what? Yeah, that goes on quite nicely. Exactly. This is the thing. Some questions are best left unanswered, really, when it goes to stuff like that. I think, because the more kind of answers you give, the more they sort of box themselves in. Like with the Primaris. Like they created the whole lore about the Primaris about, oh yeah, we've had these bigger Space Marines for since before the Horus Heresy, blah blah blah. It's like you just made bigger Space Marines. Like if you'd have just came out with it and said, oh, we made Space Marines bigger, then everybody would be like, oh, okay. There'd be a bit of an uproar for a while. But no, we had to do the whole Rubicon thing. We had to make sure that they couldn't fit in Land Raiders, and I don't think they could be in Thunderhawks at some point, but that changed. Right, so then we put these pieces on. I want to say there, but I'm not quite sure. Oh, straightforward. Let's see how this one connects. Oh, it goes over the top. Does it go over the top? Yeah, it does. Because this has to go there. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. The pure fear of getting a box set with all the pieces and minis, lack of skill painting makes you hesitate, but my ideas for how I could go are vast. Okay. I guess so, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I think this set will be around for a bit longer. The Age of Darkness set was around for quite some time. And there's no reason why this one shouldn't be around for some time too. So you've got some time, really. That's what I'm saying. I'm liking the contact points on this. This is pretty good. Yeah, it's quite cool. But yeah, it should stay around for a while. Can't see why it wouldn't. But it might be better to just buy one or two things. Like you mentioned, you've got a Contemptor, which is a good model to get to start off with. I mean, even a Land Raider, like a Land Raider Spartan, is pretty is a project. That's like one of the first models to get. You do not look forward to building these yourself, but you'd always look forward to watching other YouTubers do it. Oh, okay. Oh no, this is fine. This one is fine. Yeah, but it is 12 pages of instructions, so there is that. Yeah, if that freaks you out. I don't know how many pages the Spartan was. I can't remember. Oh, that's a glaring omission right there. Oh, okay. Gone a little bit too far then. Right, that's that done. And then this sort of extractor fan thing, that's what this reminds me of. There's like a little fan in there. I guess if the Dreadnought gets a bit too hot, the fan kicks in. Possible, I don't know. What kind of cooler mechanisms this puppy's got. Oh, that goes on like a dream. We are winning right there. Now we need that to fit like a glove as well. Which it will. Oh, there's the extractor fan thing. And then we've got these things to put on, and this. Yeah, I've enjoyed building this Saturnine Dreadnought. Would recommend. It's a nice project. It's expensive, don't get me wrong. You know, the individual kit is up for pre-order now, and it's like £64 or so. But I've had no issues, and it's nice to. It gives you the option to magnetize if you can, if you feel confident enough. Magnetize the weapons. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why. Another reason why I always use my mouthpiece to push free digital rules. It's all right having a physical rule book now and again, but yeah, if you release 3.0 digitally for free with all the weapon profiles, things like that, and then there was backlash, they could easily, quite quickly, overnight, maybe not overnight, just change it. Can't really do that at the moment. They can amend it, of course, but all of those thousands and thousands of rule books that are out in the wild, that is it. That is what we've got. And yeah, I had to buy the Liber Astartes book to do the reviews. Like, there's not really any way of getting around it. Well, I mean, I could have probably found the rules somewhere for free. I'm sure they exist somewhere. But I wanted to show you that book, give you an idea of what it's like, and really I wanted to see the quality as well, but I wanted to get a taster of the other books, whether the other books would be worth it, and they're not. So I'm not buying any of the other books. So I kind of have treated that book as a beta for the rest of them, which is a shame because I would have loved to have given you brand new, easy to follow, easy to understand Horus Heresy 3.0 Titan rules. Re-review the Titans, but that's not going to happen now. Sorry. No, it would be blasphemy if I did. Hang on a minute. Why does your Warlord Titan have a head armor value and things like that? Oh, it does. It does, Timmy. This is what we're living in now. We are getting there. I've got 6 minutes to go. I told you I'd probably finish these parts, but not glue it together. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to finish the last bit. But I will tomorrow morning. I'll be back on tomorrow morning. Can't give you an exact time because, you know, it's my day off. Well, I had today off as well, actually. It's quite rare. Normally I work the weekend, but... Right, so the reverse. This big old thing on here. Go that way. Thinking, yeah. I didn't really want to get any glue on my finger then. There you go. That's the back panel done. And then it can kind of go any way you want it. Yeah, I think you can just move the hips and just have a pose. And then there's numbers, so you sort of have to put that on first, which is, I don't know. I think you don't have to put that on first. I think you can put this in first, like that. And then you can put these two things. Whoops, wrong way around. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you have to put it on the hips first. I think you can do those. Then you can put the shoulders in, like, oh, like that. Is it like that? Yeah. Oh, no way. That's quite cool. Can you move them? That's quite nice. Oh, oh ho ho. Okay, right. Well, that goes in quite tightly and you can move it. You know what that's telling me? Is I think you could get away with not having to glue it. And then you can swap the arms about. But I think the weapon sprue only has the weapons. It doesn't have these shoulders. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Okay. And they want you to put the supports on. Yeah, so we've got a little bit left to go for building this, is what I'm kind of saying through all this. But I will glue these 3 pieces on, because I like to be rebellious when it comes to instructions. We are almost there, ladies and gentlemen. It might just be gentlemen. I don't know. Does that one do the same thing? Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, that's so cool. Right. ASMR. So, okay. So we're like that away. And then we'll have these things. I don't think it matters which way these two go on. Like that, maybe. No. Ooh. Yeah. So what would happen is the magnets would go in there, very small magnets. You could possibly do it. You only need 1 magnet, actually, I'd say. You could slide 1 magnet in there, put 1 magnet in there, or just cut through that and put a magnet in. And then that would just slip in, and yeah, you can swap them out. I don't have any smaller magnets to do that, but it's certainly possible and highly recommended, and I'll mention that in the review. I've decided that I'm going to have my plasma on the right arm and the disintegrator on the left. Or will I do it the other way? It's like Buckaroo at the moment. Yeah, definitely that way. So plasma on the right, disintegrator on the left. So just a few more pieces, literally just a few pieces to go for. Could I get away with gluing these on? No, it's the cables first that I have to put on. These cables. These ones. Yeah, so a few pieces left to put on, but already you can see that it is big. Is it bigger? Well, with the armor plates it is, yeah. The armor plates will go up something like that. Yeah, with the armor plates, kind of, it is bigger. But the height, oh, oops, the height of the Saturnine, yeah, it's bigger, but only by a little bit. Like not even a head. Where the head is, but it is bigger. So yeah, technically the biggest Dreadnought out there, and we've almost finished it. These are my spare parts so far. Just got a few more little pieces to clean up and put it all together, set a pose up. I don't want to rush it now and do it because I know I'll mess something up or whatever. But yeah, there we go. We're getting there. We've done the entire sort of body and the weapons tonight. I'm very happy with the progress. We'll complete it tomorrow, guys, and then I'll start the Terminators, and we'll go through them, and I'll have a nightmare trying to decide what weapons I go for. I might just go for like 3 with plasmas and disintegrators, and then 3 with disintegrators and fists. I might do that, or I might do a mixture. I'm going to look in my rules and things now and make a decision for tomorrow. But hopefully you've enjoyed this live stream. Thank you so much for joining me. You're all very, very welcome. I do love these streams, so I'm going to try and do more of them. Still got the Terminators to build. Still got the Mark II armor. I don't know if everyone wants to see me build Space Marines though, but there we go. Thank you everyone. Thank you Krieg. Thank you Revan. Thank you all you members. Dimitri, I saw you in earlier as well. And thank you everyone that's posted any comments this evening. It really does make the stream. I'm going to be moving over to Discord now, where I will be eating. Where I will be having another chat if you're about. And if I don't see you there, I'll see you tomorrow at some point. So thanks again. I appreciate all your support. And remember, the Emperor protects.